Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Long road ahead, heartbreaking update after Real Housewives exec Lauren Miller dies while giving birth in unfathomable tragedy. Lauren died earlier this month while giving birth to her second child, a baby boy who is now out of the NICU. Lauren, 43, tragically died while giving birth to her second child in an unfathomable tragedy earlier this month, with an update now issued. The Real Housewives of New York City and Salt Lake City executive assistant died moments after giving birth to a baby boy, with her heartbroken husband Kevin speaking out at the time. And now, on a GoFundMe page set up to support her family in the wake of her death, has reached over $165,000. With a fresh message shared on the page. The message shared to those donating and fans provided an update on the baby Lauren gave birth to before passing away. The message on the fundraising page read, "Kevin, Lauren's husband, is delighted to share that baby Jackson is out of the NICU and at home with his dad and sister." They added how Kevin said, "He has been an angel and has eaten and slept like a champ." The GoFundMe message added how the baby is so alert and attentive already at just 4 days old. Kevin also wanted to share the attached photos and has been so deeply touched by everyone's generosity and kindness, they said. They went on, "It's been a little over 48 hours since we launched this fundraiser. As Lauren's co-workers, we are all truly blown away by the depth and breadth of the response. As we cope with our own grief, it has been so incredibly touching to see how this fundraiser has spread. We blew past our first target and are quickly approaching the second. A heartfelt thanks to everyone for donating and for spreading the word to your wider networks." They then gave fans a further update, saying, "Today, we were contacted by a charity that offers baby formula and diapers to families after a maternal loss. They can also connect Kevin with support groups. He has a long road ahead, and we want to make sure we are there for him throughout. Continuing to share this fundraiser will be so meaningful. Thank you from Lauren's family and all of us at Shed and the BBTV." On June 9, the production company for the Real Housewives franchise confirmed the heartbreaking news. Lauren was a big name in Bravo's infamous reality series. She was married to Kevin, and together they welcomed 3-year-old daughter, Emma, and newborn son, Jackson. In a statement at the time of Lauren's death being revealed, Shed Media said, "It is with devastated hearts that we share that our beloved colleague, Lauren, died unexpectedly just moments after giving birth to her baby boy." Kevin also shared a message at the time too. He said in a statement, "Lauren is the love of my life, and I was blessed by God that she chose to spend her life with me and give me 2 beautiful children to remember her every minute of every day. Please pray for our family and thank you all for the prayers, kind words, and thoughts. God bless." There are moments that leave a permanent mark, not just in headlines, but in hearts. The sudden devastating loss of Lauren Miller, a respected executive producer associated with the Real Housewives franchise, is one of those moments. She passed away while giving birth in what family and friends have called an unfathomable tragedy. It is a sorrow so vast, it defies logic, a cruel twist of fate where the beginning of one life came at the heartbreaking cost of another. Lauren, 38, was known in the industry as a creative force, a powerhouse with a razor-sharp instinct for storytelling, and a deep empathy for the women whose lives she helped showcase. But to those who truly knew her, she was far more than a TV producer. She was a devoted wife, a soon-to-be mother, a best friend, a daughter, and a source of unwavering support in the lives of so many. That her life was cut short at the very moment she was bringing new life into the world makes this tragedy almost impossible to comprehend. Her death was sudden. Complications during childbirth took her life in the early hours of a quiet Tuesday morning. She had gone into labor full of excitement, surrounded by loved ones and ready to meet her baby. Instead, what followed was a blur of emergency procedures, panic, and desperate prayers, none of which could reverse the course of what was happening. Her newborn daughter, who survived, will now grow up without the incredible woman who fought so hard to bring her into the world. That bittersweet reality, new life born from such unbearable loss, leaves everyone with a hollow ache and a long road ahead. For her husband, now a single father navigating parenthood in grief. For her friends, who will never again hear her laugh or see her light up a room. For her colleagues, whose creative journey was illuminated by her brilliance. Lauren was more than just a behind-the-scenes figure. She had been instrumental in shaping the Real Housewives into a pop culture juggernaut, helping navigate its shifting tone, spotlighting resilience behind the drama, and always advocating for authentic representation. She believed in emotional truth, even in reality television, and her fingerprints are on some of the series' most memorable, poignant, and human moments. But she never sought the spotlight. Lauren was content behind the camera, nurturing others' stories, even as her own was unfolding in quieter, more beautiful ways. Her love story, her dream of motherhood, her career ascent, all of it was rooted in a humility rarely seen in the industry. Now that story has ended too soon. The outpouring of grief from across the entertainment world has been overwhelming. Cast members from various Real Housewives cities shared tributes filled with disbelief and aching sadness. "She was the realest one of us all," one housewife wrote. Another said, "She never judged me. She saw through the TV version of me and knew who I really was." The network released a formal statement calling Lauren's death a tremendous loss to our family and the entire television community. But no statement, no article, no post on social media can capture the full weight of this loss. There is something deeply unjust about a mother dying in the moment she's meant to begin the most important chapter of her life. It's the kind of grief that echoes. There's a nursery somewhere that will never see her hands arranging the crib, a closet filled with tiny clothes she'll never get to fold. A baby girl who will someday ask about her mother and hear stories drenched in both pride and pain. Those closest to her say Lauren had chosen the name for her daughter months ago. A name inspired by strength. It's fitting, they say, because that child will carry not just Lauren's name, but her spirit, her legacy, her story. Now, attention turns toward the future. That long road ahead. A future rebuilt around absence. A community, personal and professional, seeking meaning in tragedy. Loved ones mourning and healing while rallying around Lauren's daughter. Already, friends have established a fund in the child's name to ensure she is supported in every way possible. The page, titled "For Lauren's Light," has raised thousands in mere hours. And through that light, there is hope. Not the cheap kind, not the kind that insists on silver linings, but the honest kind, the kind that recognizes that grief never disappears, but becomes something we carry and live beside. The kind that trusts love doesn't end, even when life does. It is not fair. It is not okay. But it is real. And in that reality, the people who loved Lauren Miller will keep going, not because it's easy, but because she would have wanted them to. The road ahead will be long, marked by milestones she should have been there for. Birthdays, first steps, graduations, all tinged with absence, but also, somehow, with her presence. Because Lauren Miller made a lasting impact not just on television, but in lives. And that doesn't fade.